Freight Fridays, we back again. Freight Fridays, we are back again. I'm just the guy with these two great gentlemen. We got CDL Shorty, AV Jackson 28 on Instagram. Shout it out to my guy,
What's going on?
the best CDL instructor in the land. If anybody's got anything different, catch these hands.
Oh, you are far too kind, my friend. You are far too kind.
Then we got the trucking insurance expert, Alante. Oh,
Hey-o!
he's shooting the shots because he's saving money.
Here we go. Here we go. How much money you want to save?
How much you want to save on this insurance, man? Hit my guy up, Alante, at Trucking Insurance Expert, Extra Mile Insurance. We're going to get him out with the 770-296-3919.
Here we go.
Eagle as the mascot. Then we just got little old me, Marcus Lewis, at Mr. Marcus Lewis on Instagram and TikTok. But we back at it today, fellas. We talking about this trucking market. Everybody's looking at it like, it's June Bloom or June, what was it, June Doom or June, whatever. But they looking at it, the market right now, they saying it's scary out there. So we just trying to have this conversation today to show people what to do, man, and talk about these issues and giving these people this education, man. Before we get into it, we want everybody to follow Freight Fridays on Instagram and TikTok. It's at Freight Fridays. Yes. It's been going up on the Instagram, but really blowing up on TikTok. So we thank you guys for the support.
Yes.
Because, we just want to spread the word. Get these conversations. Yes. That's the point of the show, man. It's just to spread the word, get these conversations going and educate and just do our thing, man. So first topic we're going to talk about is CDL. He brought this up on his Instagram. He talked about, or it's not on his Instagram, on his YouTube, I want to say, right? YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah, brought it up on his YouTube. And it was a good question. So we're going to talk about it today. The question is this the end for OTR truck driving? So let us know your thoughts on that. Then we're just going to do a round table and then we're just going to kick this thing up. So what you think, CDL? Is this the end of OTR driving?
Well, with the research that I've done lately, to be honest, I'm still doing a little bit more research with you guys, but to be honest with you, I think it is. The STB board, they have until 2027 to make a decision on this merger, that's going on between Union Pacific and Southern. I can't think of the other name of the rail company.
Two railroad companies. Yeah.
They're merging, and they're merging, and they are going to take away two vital lanes in trucking. One is from Chicago to LA, and the other one is from Chicago to Kansas City and back and forth. And 47%. And one of the reasons why I say yes is because in the article that I read, 47% of shippers love it. The rail industry always been in competition with the trucking industry. When you talk about the rail industry and the trucking industry, as far as logistics is concerned, you have to go back to 1881. And then you have to go back to 1935 of deregulation. 1881, the trucking industry really caught a boom with the ICC. The ICC was regulated for the railroad industry, but and then the deregulation of 1935, which was the first deregulation of trucking, the ICC, which came over from the rail industry, they brought all the rules from 1881, and they actually set the trucking industry back to 1881 in 1935. So I think that's kind of crazy, but anyways, they pitched to the shippers and said that, hey, we can get your freight there safely. Zero emissions. We could get it there 20% faster than a team driver or a team truck would be. It would erase human error, things of that nature. But my only question to this is, what about cargo theft? It's been known that the rail industry has a high cargo theft rate. So that'd be my only question. And I do think by 2030, my personal opinion, I do think that OTR trucking will be a thing of the past. I mean, it's already happening now. A lot of these companies now, Even a lot of these brokers now are going to short haul and regional routes and things of that nature. So that's just my thoughts.
What do you think, Alante?
I think the market is swinging that way. I mean, if you want to be honest, I feel like people are just waking up and realizing, man, I probably can make more money staying home and being local. Give me a good local job. Give me something I can stay around. I feel that people feel like that's a better option.
Mm-hmm.
Am I clear?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
good.
you clear.
Yeah.
For some reason,
Say it again.
Hold on, let's do this. There we go. I had a technical difficulty. Am I better now?
Yeah, you good now.
Yeah, you good.
What's going on? Is it clear again?
Yeah.
Yeah, you clear.
Okay. All right, but like I was saying, I just feel like people are just waking up realizing, man, I can be home and make some money. I don't got to go over the road, and I don't got to miss my kids, and I can get a schedule. Because frankly, it used to be a point where you can make more money over the road. I don't feel like that is the time we're living in. LTL is a big thing.
Yeah.
And it's been proven by article after article, drivers are more happy when they can have some home time.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't feel like that OTR is going to end for good because there's always going to be a taste for it. But, there are more than less people who want to see their families at night. That's what and it's not like it's safer. I mean, OTR is crazy unsafe. So how you feel about it, Marcus?
Yeah, I definitely say the railroad is a better option if you want to do cross country, to send yourself cross country. OTR is difficult for trucking companies because of when you're going through these different states, you're dealing with different laws, different rules. And it's very difficult, especially when I had my trucking company. Every state has a different rule for something. So you're really just gambling when you're going across these states. Like I done routes from California to Florida, California to Pennsylvania, California to Chicago. I've done a lot of OTR stuff. And it was very difficult because you just never know in what state you're in, what rules they have. It was different. So you can get pulled over and lose money all across the way just because you're dealing with the different states. Also, too, not a lot of drivers want to do OTR. Not a lot of drivers want to do OTR. Not a lot of drivers want to just continue to be away from their family, like you said, Alante. I think that's the biggest thing why drivers are trying to do local. I think that's one of the biggest reasons why drivers try to do owner operators, because they say the most common thing is, I want to get more home time. But I think you have to understand, though, just because you do local work, you may be in the city that you live in, but local work is like 18 hours, bro. So when you get off, you going home, going to sleep, and you waking back up. So that's the common thing that truckers don't understand. Even if you're local, you're still going to not be home. You're going to be in that truck. So the only thing different is that you're just in the same city. But like, ask the guys that work for Coca-Cola, ask the guys that do short haul here locally. Like, those are still long days. Because remember, when you're working local, your clock is different. You can work longer hours. See what I'm saying? So a lot of these drivers think like, oh, I'm gonna be able to work and just drive for my 10 and I'm good. No, bro. When you're in a certain radius, you can drive 15 to 18 hours. So you're gonna be working more. Yeah, you home, but you working more and you're not really making more money. So you have to understand, as a driver, driving OTR is actually better because you only got to drive for 10 hours. But if you're driving local and you're in that 200-mile radius, that's more hours you're going to have to be driving. That's more for your body, and you're not going to be seeing your family.
Yeah, and a lot of local companies take advantage of that time too. A lot of them pay salary instead of hourly. So, if you pull in 14, 15-hour days, 12-hour days, bro, salary is not overtime, bro. So, a lot of truckers need to stand up and fight for that too. But with the rail industry taking over these two lanes, they're saying that it's going to create local jobs. It's going to create more regional jobs. What do you guys think about that?
I want to kind of dial back 1 second, only because I think it's certain local jobs that make sense. Maybe you're working local doing LTL for it's this red, black, and yellow company. I can't think of the name of them. S Steve's is it?
Estes, yeah, Estes.
Estes. Okay.
Estes,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Estes,
Estes.
Estes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And their color scheme is yellow, black, and red, right?
yeah, yeah. They're
They
huge.
have LTL positions
Yeah.
where the guy go out at night and he drive his 11 hours and he come back, he maybe do a show or something. And he's home every night. I know about McLean. I worked at McLean. Similar to Domino's, you're gonna work, you're gonna physically work. But on the flip side is those guys make a lot of money once they get seniority in there. I mean, we talking about these guys making 180, 200. We talk about bringing home 150, and I work there. I know. I know. And there's other companies that that make more sense that you can utilize your CDL and still don't have to be on that road.
I think the best thing that you said just now that truckers need to understand is they got seniority. So what does seniority means? It means that you have to put in the time and the work to get what you want to get. A lot of truck drivers think that just because I got a CDL local, I'm gonna make 180 to 200K. No, that's not how you got to think about it. You gotta think about it like, let me put the time and work in to get to the position that I want to be in. Just because you got local don't mean you're gonna be making 180 to 200K. You're still gonna be making lower end money until you get what? Seniority. So that's why truck drivers have to understand. Let me work. Let me get with a good company and put my time in. So when you put your time in, yeah, you put 5 to 10 years in, then hey, 200K, now you're making that money. But truckers have to get out their mind, quick money. You can't. Seniority. That's the key word that you said that I heard when you told me the seniority. Put the time in.
You're right.
Right.
So that's
and those type of companies too. A lot of people need to understand that that type of trucking right there, that is some work. You got to take that stuff off that trailer and put it in the stores. Trust me, I've done it. I've done it before too, Alante. I just worked for a company that was paying salary instead of hourly, and that kind of pissed me off.
Well, see, here's another thing too. I work for that company. I started delivering sheetrock, and I got my CDLs, and I went to work for McLean. Cool. When I worked for McLean, I was scheduled to be a delivery driver, but I'm like, I one Christmas they threw me out on the road. I probably had my CDLs in May. They threw me on the road, and I'm delivering to stores in Alabama on Christmas Eve. You know I got stories on Christmas Eve. So, they got me going through downtown Atlanta, bro, in a was it a dual tandem? It probably was a dual tandem day cab. But I'm just doing all these deliveries. I'm like, boy, as soon as I get back to the yard, I'm quitting. And I got to the yard, somebody had quit. It was a yard guy. This like guy work out. For whatever reason, they start putting me on the yard. I think I maybe had alluded to the manager I wanted the yard, but I became a yard dog, and me understanding they also had shuttles. From being the yard dog, I developed the understanding of people routes. They had shuttles. And when you go to these jobs, you guys go to job fairs, ask for the certain positions and lanes you're going to be running. And it might not be as strenuous as you think because you don't have to do the physical labor. Maybe you can get in where you fit in.
Yeah, it's definitely important. And that's crazy. I said that with my last live is truckers got to go to these jobs and these companies and ask, what type of work do you have? What do you have? Okay, we got delivery. What does that entail? You got to get out and, okay, we got shuttles. We got this. We got this. Ask the questions before you get there. Because a lot of people don't ask questions. You're so happy getting the trucking job. And then you working there, you be like, I hate this job. Well, if you were to ask, hey, I don't like doing delivery. Do you got anything else? And they say, oh, all we got right now is delivery. So when you come here, you're going to be doing deliveries. So now you can take it upon yourself and say, that's not the job for me. Truckers think just because you get to a company, I'm going to change the company and make them do what I want them to do. No, you are part of the company. You're there to do a job, but you have to ask these questions before you get hired. Stop going in there thinking that you're going to be the one to make the change with no seniority. You got to get in there and say, okay, if I get into this job, what would I be doing first? You're going to be doing this first. Okay, cool. What about if I want to do shuttle or regional? Well, you got to do this for 6 months, a year, and then we'll get you over there. Every company, especially those big companies, they have those plans. Or, hey, some companies say you got to be a yard dog for 6 months. Straight like that. You got to be a yard dog before you even get on the road. So, but you have to ask these questions. You have to get the knowledge yourself. But a lot of truckers say, oh, that company's terrible. You just didn't know what it entails. And you thought that you was going to get whatever you want. That's not how life works, bro.
100%. 100%. I mean, that was one of my biggest, wins I got at that job, because they threw me out there. I had a Christmas party at my house, and I didn't know I was going to, because I had already been, before McLean push you on the road, they make you be a yard dog for a certain amount of time. I had got cool with the yard dogs. I said, man, I can get used to this. And because they were home at a certain amount of time.
It's cool, bro.
Yeah.
Yard dog. What? I remember when
I would go to the gym, all that, bro.
When I had my truck. And then, like, I got, like, when I was doing the Amazon, they sometimes, like, during the holidays, they ask people to do that. Like, you can use your truck and you basically the yard dog, moving trailers. Yeah. I'm like, bro, this is cake.
Bro,
they give you a little, like a little walkie-talkie, or they call you, hey, we need you to move trailer one. Bet.
Bro.
I'm like, but then we talk about this, though, because CDL talked about this a lot, too. When guys get out of CDL school, they don't know how to back. I feel like a lot of people that become CDL like fresh, I feel like they should be yard dogs first.
100%.
Because you're gonna be doing more backing and parking than anything.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Why don't people get, when they get their CDLs and they get with these companies, all right, bro, you're gonna be a yard dog for six months. Why? Because you need to know how to back consistently. And I can tell you this: nobody can back it in like a yard dog. They are pros. Why? Because they do it every single day.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that should be a requirement. We talk about requirements. You should be a yard dog somewhere before you can actually get on that road. Because
I like that.
The road is you drive in a straight line. That's in itself. But what do truckers have the most problems? Backing. That's the most problems. So that should be a requirement. It's like you get your CDL, or before you get your CDL, you should, you completed the class. So now you should go somewhere and get that rest of your thing before you can get your CDL, 6 months of backing, 3 months of backing with this company. And then you should be able to go out there on the road. That's a great idea.
I like that.
You know why they put me in backing?
Idea. It's something we should push for.
Yeah.
Why they put me in backing was because on that first load I did, when I left the parking lot, the back of my trailer ran over a curb and it broke the curb. Like I hit it hard. So they were like, oh, we're going to have to throw you in backing. And then, bro, I probably back better than anybody that's gonna see this. I back very well.
See,
my wife thinks I've been in certain situations. We've been in maybe like Baltimore, or we go to Virginia, or we go to North Carolina. Certain docks, you gotta wheel that motherfucking in. You feel me? Even if I have issues, I always go back to what I learned from truck driving.
Yeah.
Well, that's where my bad. Hold on, my phone. It's like having an iPhone is crazy. But that's what I feel. I really feel that if we want to make better CDL truckers, especially in the beginning, go to CDL school and then get a position to be a yard dog. I think they should get that before they can actually get their CDL license, because they're more complete driver and they know how to back. That's the reason a lot of these people struggle when they first start and they quit. It's because they don't know how to back in. But if you become a yard dog for 6 months, so it's kind of like an apprenticeship, right? So I try to compare trucking to, because trucking is a blue collar job. So you comparing it to like electricians and plumbers. They have an apprenticeship. So you should be able to go school for your CDL and then go to a bigger company and apprentice with them to be a yard dog. All you doing is backing. Now you got that, and then now I think you should go and get your CDL. But I feel like there should be an apprenticeship in between getting your CDL, before you get your CDL, of straight backing. And then what you can do that is with these yard dogs, And I feel like that'd be a great position to do because there's so many warehouses that need a yard dog.
100%. 100%. And then I'm in the A, so I'm one of them yard dogs you see on TV. I'm pulling up, give me some wings, a 10-piece flat. I'm going to the strip club. I'm doing everything from a yard truck, from a yard truck. I learned it from them sheetrock dudes. Them dudes used to pull out drive sites, go to the strip club, get some wings, and go back to work.
You mean to tell me you got the yard jockey truck parked outside of Blue Flame?
Club lace.
Hop out with the vest. Hop out with the vest.
What? They got cheap wings. Bro, that's the thing, bro. I need to record this. People do this to this day.
But that's a great point, man. But that going back to like the railroad thing, I think it will produce. It's going to take away the OTR jobs, but like you said, not a lot of people are looking to do OTR. So it could help the industry, but it could open it up for people to do more regional work, more local work. Because then actually, these railroads, they carry thousands of containers.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, and I tell everybody, in 2026, it's going to boom. We're going to have so much stuff going on. The port's going to be cracking again. So you're going to have more containers and things coming off. And then once they get to that hub, those containers got to go to places, and you need a truck. You need a truck to pick it up and drop it off. So that's why I feel like, okay, that can help people and make the trucking industry better by creating those, railroad lanes. And then once it gets to those terminals, now we got to move these containers. So that could actually be good for truckers. Because like you said, truckers don't want to do OTR. They don't really want to do that, bro. They kind of like, nah, I'd rather do local or regional. Like you said, do a shuttle. Like I can drive 5 hours here and 5 hours back. I'm cool. I can make it back home. Stuff like that. So, it's going from California to Chicago. There's a lot of places from Chicago you can go to,
it's going from California to Chicago and then Chicago to
Kansas City.
Kansas City,
Yeah, so those are good routes because from Chicago, you can go to a lot of cities from Chicago area. There's a lot of, major cities around different states and they're not far. So that's a good hub to have. Kansas City as well. It's a little further south, but they can hit a bunch of places and get there and get back. So they're probably going to be making it easier for truckers now to be able to do those things and be able to be home. So that might be a good look for truckers, though, having that situation, because like you said, the only people that want to do OTR right now are the people that's coming over in the country. Those are the only people that want to do it. Nobody else don't want to do that.
Well, OTR wasn't really paying that much. OTR pay has fallen off too the past couple of years.
Yeah. You make a lot of money in OTR if you got a team. If you got a team, that's miles. It's the miles.
That's what this railroad is. This Z train. That's what it's taking away. It's taking away teams.
Yeah. So, but but the thing I was like, when I was trying to hire teams, they would want to work 2 weeks on and 2 weeks off because that's hard though. You're driving 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's not. So as a coach, you kind of like, I got you for 2 weeks, but what about my other 2 weeks? So unless you got two sets of teams and you got to see now you're dealing with 4 personalities. So as a company, you're kind of like, nah, I don't really want to deal with that.
Right.
So it could be a good opportunity to have local and regional freight, and that might be the lick. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's trying to switching around because, like you said, not a lot of people want to do it anyway, bro. So it's not really hurting the industry because it's not really something that people want to do.
Right.
It might be hurting them Eastern European or them Indian companies though, because that's what they.
Yeah, well, true.
Low key, I ain't being racist, but that's they in charge of that, bro. They love the long haul.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Put 3, 4, 5 of them in there.
Them African guys love it too now.
Yeah, man, Africans, they all up there.
I loved it. I loved it too before I got married.
That's what I got story.
I was a straight long haul guy before I got married, man. I love long haul.
Them long haul dudes used to have different families in different states.
What made it great for me was, I like to test myself. If they give me, like, let's say if I pick up a load here in Charlotte and I gotta be in California, and let's say if they gave me, I pick it up Monday, I gotta be in California by Friday. Oh, yeah. Bro, I'm trying to get it there by Thursday.
Yeah.
To test myself. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I love that. I was kind of like racing against myself.
Yeah. Well, like I said, like as a trucker, you still got to push yourself.
Yes.
Right. You still got to, you can't just be like, oh man, Kelly, I'm going to take my time. No, I got to get there so I can get paid.
Yeah.
I'm going to get this
Yeah.
money. I used to have guys that'd be like, payday be Friday, but I'd be like, hey man, you better deliver on Thursday.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, oh, delivered. It's delivered.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
it
For
there. I'm
sure.
like, all right, bro, payday. Here you
For
go.
sure. Yeah.
I
For
tell my
sure.
guys that all the time.
Definitely.
Hey, if it got delivered on Friday, it gets paid next Friday. They be like, oh no, I'm about to make that.
See that light of fire up on them
Yeah,
too.
hey, you better deliver that Thursday. Well, Thursday, I don't care. As long as that paperwork say Thursday, you're gonna get paid, big dog. But if it say Friday, you ain't getting paid till the following Friday. Them boys used to be, hey, look. Sometimes I had to look away on what they did on that on that ELD. But they got it there. I get it though, man. But you got to motivate your drivers though. That's hey man, you get it because it's not just the point of when you gonna get paid. I'm gonna get paid too. So we all gonna get paid. We get paid off your performance, bro. Like if it's a breakdown or something, nah, I'm gonna take care of you. But if you ain't got no breakdown, the truck good, bro. You better deliver that thing on Thursday. I don't care where you coming from.
Yeah, and
Right.
here's my thing about it too. How long is it going to take to build this rail?
It's gonna take years.
5-10 years out? It's maybe way more than 5.
Maybe, possibly, but I mean, I got to continue to do my research. They might already have been working on it.
I know
who got their laptop up? Pull it up.
I know they approved another railroad or another like transfer system, but it's the one from Mexico to Texas, where they be able to take the containers from Mexico and put it on it's like a rail, like a speed rail too, coming from Mexico to Texas. Boom, just quick. Instead of trucks over the thing every time. Because the reason why they're doing it in Mexico is because what's the big thing? Human trafficking. Because they've been trafficking them in them trailers on the trucks. So now what they do is they building this $10 billion. They building it from Mexico, from the port of Mexico, and they're going to drop it off in Texas. So basically it's going to be a straight line, just like that. Put the containers on there, and then boom. So if you a trucker in Texas, you like that because when they bring it off, it got to go somewhere. So now let me go ahead and set a shop in Texas because there's going to be a lot of freight coming out of there.
Right.
So something like things like that can help the truckers, bro. It can make your life a little easier. When you do shorter runs, you make more money, right? Because usually if you're doing longer runs, that's really not a lot of money. It's a lot of money gross, but not really profit.
Right.
But if you're doing shorter runs, regional runs, you can make more money. So it's good for truckers. Like those rails can help y'all out. Just be smart with it and do the freight right. You're still needed, just in a different capacity.
Right. Another question I got for you guys is who takes the bigger risk? The truck driver or the truck owner?
Go ahead, Alante.
Man, I'm gonna say the driver.
Why?
Me being a former fleet owner, me being a trucker myself, me being a trucking insurance guy, me being an analysis of the trucking industry. The trucker has the most at risk because their life is on the line every single day. And their livelihood. I mean, you make one mistake, you kill somebody, they die, or you die. There's no right or wrong correction in that situation. Like if you hit somebody, you go to jail for the rest of your life. They're gonna blame you. Or if you dodge and you pass, your family's gonna miss you. So even though I own a fleet before, I can't say that because I sat in the office and I'm able to live in this 5,000 square foot home because I got guys that are driving.
True.
It's just the realness to it. I mean, I'm just being real. That's the humility to it. But on the flip end, now if nobody's gonna die, man, the owner got way more. Yeah, it's a moving asset. He got more to lose because you can rent the truck and go somewhere else.
You go, Marcus. I like that.
You already know who I'm gonna say.
Uh-oh.
I look at it both sides, but like Alante always say to me, I disagree with Alante. I understand the responsibility that the trucker takes. I understand it. If something happens to them or something, they hit a car, somebody can kill somebody, they go to jail or whatever. But I feel like their risk monetarily is not more than the company owner. If I'm the company owner, I take more risk every single day you start up that truck.
Every single day.
Every single day you start up that truck, it's costing me money. And every single day you driving that truck and trailer, it's costing me money in repairs, maintenance, everything. And then also too, if you hit somebody and say you kill somebody, I'm still liable for that too. I still got to pay if the insurance don't pay. I can go out of business. So I'm still on the hook. I may not go to jail, but the only way a driver will go to jail if he really did something negligent, right?
Mm-hmm.
But money-wise, I'm on the hook more than the driver. Because the driver ain't got to come up with no money. They're looking at the company. Because we all know if the accident happened, they're not looking at the driver. Who's your insurance?
Yeah.
And the insurance gonna be like, we only up to $1 million. Okay, so what you got? So I feel like every day the trucking company owner takes more risk because look at it like this. That driver, he's in control of himself. He can control what he does. As a trucking company owner, I can't control what you do. I can't control what you do in your off time. I can't control what you do when you on duty. I can only trust you. But then what if I got 10 trucks? That's 10 different people that I'm responsible for.
Yeah.
So as a trucking company, I feel like you got more risk because if you got multiple trucks, every day is a blessing that I make through it because nobody hit me. The one thing I'm glad about when I had my company is I didn't have any nuclear verdicts. Nobody died. And my truckers were actually safe. Even though they were jackasses sometimes, they were still safe enough to not hit nobody and kill nobody. But I'm always gonna feel like the trucking company owner got the biggest risk because whatever happens, he got to pay for it across the board.
Yeah, and he might go to jail for it too.
There's some trucking companies. I did a trucking report talking about a Colorado owner. One of his drivers did something stupid. They arrested him, and now they come in. They put a warrant on the owner.
Yep,
because they said the owner knew something about the truck or knew something. So they was like, "Oh, we putting a warrant. He gonna go to jail. So I still go to jail too for your negligence."
Yeah, good point.
So who got the most risk? The trucking company owner, for sure. What you think, CDL?
Hey, I was just asking a question, brother.
CDL, we already know who you in favor of.
Well, yeah, you know, I'm in favor for the driver, but you know, I do got to look at it from a business standpoint too.
Yeah.
But it's kind of hard for me. It's kind of hard for me because, you know, that driver could leave and go somewhere else, and now you, the company owner, the truck owner, you know, are left to foot the bill and everything like that. But like you said, the driver could go to jail, driver could be in the hospital, but it's going to be hard for that driver to find another job too because it also goes on the driver's DAC report too. On my way home from work the other day, there was a lot of traffic. Man, there was a car. I did a heavy brake, and there was a car behind me that did a heavy brake as well. And the car behind that car switched lanes, got behind a semi truck, jumped in front of me, and then jumped directly in front of the semi truck. And he had to hit his brakes hard, and he was carrying steel beams on a flatbed. Wow. You know, so I look at stuff like that, and you know, I'm like, man, you know, the company owner doesn't have to go through that. You got to go through a bunch of financial stuff, insurance things, and stuff like that. But you know, we do sacrifice a lot, you know, being away from our family, and yeah, that comes with the job, but it's still a sacrifice. So I'm kind of torn in between.
Yeah, I can tell you this: even though I wasn't on the road, I probably stressed more than the trucking drivers.
Yeah.
Even though I wasn't on the road, because drivers, man, you at home. I'm at home worrying about you.
But you was on the road though. Now you didn't do. You might not have done long haul, but you still delivered some
Yeah,
loads.
I did some stuff. I did some stuff on the road, but a good amount of time on my company, I was running my company. I ran the company, right? So
well, that's better than some people.
true.
I mean, Alex Good Energy, he ain't even got the balls to get a CDL and jump in.
Exactly. But that's the thing. It's just like one of those.
So I commend you for that.
That's the thing. Is like a lot of truckers would say that. Oh, well, you in the office, you at home, you can see your wife every day. I'm like, bro, but I'm over here on the phone with you at 9 p.m. I'm on the phone with you when you call me at midnight talking about the APU not working. I'm on the phone with you at 4 o'clock in the morning.
True.
You in Florida, so it's 1 o'clock my time, talking about you need a new tire. So if I really didn't care about you and was not stressing about you, I wouldn't be answering the phone. Oh yeah, that's true. Exactly. So let's think about it now. Let's think about if I care or not. Because obviously I do. If I'm on the phone with you when my beautiful wife is laying right next to me, I could be up on that. But I'm on the phone with you. Come on now.
Yeah, and as an owner, you always have in the back of your head, what if something happens, and you always get that call, no matter how much money you make. You always have something in the back of your head that say, man, what if I get that call, or what if something happens, or I mean, I know you probably get to a point financially where if a truck break down, you're fine or something, but it'd be different stuff, man. I think about people getting in situations where, you know, my solution might involve the police, you know? So
I used to get to
I
a
get
point at the end of my owning account, I used to get to a point where I prayed before I answered their phone calls.
it. Wow. It ain't like that with me.
Every time I got a call, I prayed. Please,
Yeah.
Lord, don't let this be something that's gonna make me lose it all.
Hey Marcus, ain't it funny how you get a call when you're like doing something you really enjoy? You may be on lunch with your wife, and you may be I don't know, traveling, anything, and you just want to enjoy what you're doing. It's a drive, you're like, oh fuck.
I had a driver. I had a driver. He quit. He quit one time. I let him back. I was like, okay, cool. Then he quit again, talking about the reason why I'm quitting, man, is because when I call you, you don't answer the phone, and because I just want to talk. I just want to talk to somebody, man. And you don't just show me love every day on the phone.
That's weird.
That's what I said. I said, don't you got a wife? That's a wife duty, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you call me, bro, you're supposed to call me if there's something going on.
Yeah.
But like you get to a point where you just like, and that's what I'm saying. You start to fall out of love with owning the company because you be like, every time you call me, I gotta pray, bro. I gotta be like this. Please, Lord, don't let this be something where I lose it all. I thank God every day that I didn't have that. You know, I may have had to pay 20 to 30K for a transmission, but at least it wasn't somebody died because one of my truck drivers was being irresponsible.
Got you. All right, now my next question: who got their laptop with them?
I got it out.
All right, cool. Look up and see. Do me a favor. Look up and see how shippers feel about broker transparency. I remember reading something about a month ago about shippers are on board with broker transparency because it cuts down on freight fraud from brokers. But I just want you to fact check on that.
Yeah, I would assume they do, honestly, because you know how I got one of my major contracts was that I was a victim of some freight fraud, and it was a company that had like on their DOT they had 200, and I got the report pulled up. It had 200 trucks, but they never had one inspection. And when I went to the meeting with the lady, because let me dial back, I called him and say, hey, I'm a victim of freight fraud. You got this broker. He's, doing something negative. He's out here getting people loads and not paying them. And she was like, hold on. So she called me. She said, let me get your number. I'll call you back. She called me back. And I had been amongst 100 other guys, right? Fortunately, with my prowess, I was the only person to ask for an actual contract. So out of that fraud incident, talked to the actual shipper, got a contract. Whole nother story. But she was telling me that it was very hard at the time to kind of like decipher it. But I'm wondering, I'm like, look, if he has 200 trucks and no inspections, he's probably a fraud.
Ain't no problem about that one. 200 trucks, no
On day
inspection, not
one,
one.
not one in 3 years.
Oh man, that's fraud all day. That's red flag.
That's red flag. And she did business with him, and they factor over. I want to say $2 million. And he frauded people, a shipper out of them.
Damn.
So, I mean, I just think that from my research, I'm looking at it right now. It says basically shippers are like this because it helps with confidentiality in regards to agreements, and and it says it's a mixed bag basically because they also don't want people to expose the rate so it's going to be competitive.
Yep. Who's that? Who's that from? Where did I get that from? Or where did you get that from?
I got it from Chat GPT, but Freight Post is telling us. It's an article.
Here's a question.
Yeah, I thought I read something about that a month ago.
Mm-hmm. Here's a question that I have today. It's crazy.
Yeah, because.
Oh no, go ahead.
I have mixed feelings about it because I've always felt like when I was trucking, bro, I was a really, really good negotiator. And this is another report from thetruckersreport.com. Says if you think that it's in your best interest for transparency, for logic, and think again. Showing your cards before negotiations won't make a better outcome. I completely agree. If we're negotiating CDL and I might be I am a great negotiator. I go on there, I say, look, keep my feet up on the desk. I do it for $1,500. And I look them right now, $1,500. She like, damn. I wasn't gonna spend 15, but how good are you for you to demand 1,500? You must be a great person. It's just negotiations. Somebody come here behind me and they say, "Oh, I do it for 800." It fucked the game up. Mm-hmm. It fucked the game up.
Well, but with broker transparency, you might think that you're a good negotiator for 15. What if the shipper is paying them 6,000?
Well, the shipper is normally a more fair negotiator because they sit in the market. It ain't the broker who set the market; it's the shipper. The shipper really got a bag for it. So,
of course.
My 1,500 is amongst a pool of truckers is still better than somebody come off for 800. Maybe the shipper is getting for a different price. But if I'm making way plus what I need to make, my profit times 2, it don't even matter. It don't even matter. I don't think the broker getting 600. There's still a market standard. The broker's not getting 6,000, and you going there and offering the 1,500.
Nah, you need to go look up Brandon the broker. He took 40% off of a load one time because the trucker was just looking for gas money. Because the trucker was just looking for gas money.
That's the truckers who I'm talking about. The one who was off of 800. He wouldn't did me like that. I would have got my $3,000.
Here's my question. Okay, here's my question. And it's crazy. I asked this question to somebody on Instagram, and they have not yet to reply back to me. But I probably didn't reply because it's a valid question. Hey, everybody says, well, the industry's going down because of the brokers. The brokers need to be transparent. Okay, cool. Bet. All right. So what if a broker said, I'm getting paid $6,000 for this load, but I'm only paying $1,500. He's being transparent. So what happens next?
Yeah. Well, if he's only paying $1,500, then we gonna see who actually take that load.
Exactly. Huh? That's what I'm saying. Somebody will still take it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
If a broker's transparent, that still does nothing for truckers. That still does nothing. Because when we look at these comments on our thing on Freight Fridays on my page, man, if the brokers just pay us more, okay. If the brokers, okay, cool. If the brokers be transparent, cool. It's a law. He got it on his hat. 49 CFR 37.1.3. Got it on his hat. It's a law. But why does that law not have any effect? Because if the brokers say, I'm getting paid $6,000 for this load, bro, but I'm only paying 15. And what do brokers always say when you're on the phone with them? You say, man, that's too low. What do they always say? Somebody will take it.
All right, so let's look at it from a shipper standpoint. If a shipper know that you out there paying just 15 and I gave you 6,000 for it, and you out there paying 15, and then you pay it just like we talked about a few months ago with cargo theft. You paying somebody that's gonna take it for 15 or 14 that don't really have the credentials, or not a safe driver, or not a safe carrier, don't really park in the safe places and take care of your stuff. Then you got a cheap driver that's gonna offload it when they get to the yard or whatnot anyway. They're gonna cut the GPS off and all of that good stuff. I know they put in carrier package nowadays that you gotta be tracked, but people break those contracts anyway sometimes. But so what happened if the shipper found out that their stuff got stolen because of cheap labor?
You know who fault that is?
Is it the shipper or is it the broker or is it my fault?
It's the shipper fault.
Yeah. 100%.
So that's what I'm saying. That's why shippers are saying that this is better and it's going to cut down on freight fraud. That's what I was saying.
I don't think broker transparency will cut down on freight fraud. I just think shippers need to do their research on who they hiring.
Even then, still, they might hire somebody, give it to a third-party broker, and something happens where the third-party broker got a friend drive and they got off the load board. But I think that where I pull back is the negotiating part, because you got to understand, when you're on the low boards, there's always the idiot who's willing to lowball the fuck out of the market. There's always somebody in the way. And, I just feel like that hinders a lot of truck drivers out there, bro. Like,
this is what it is. When I did a little bit of the low board, I caught on to this. So I didn't start calling brokers until 1-2 p.m. I call brokers at 1-2 p.m. because I know they got to move it. If you calling brokers early in the morning, it's gonna be the lowest price ever.
Oh yeah, you call them around 3:30, 4:30 p.m.
I disagree again. I disagree.
As a driver, from my experience, I called you earlier. You tell me this price. You tell me a super low price because they know what? Truckers are impatient. They want to leave in the morning. So they're going to give me the lowest price. But if I call later, I get a better price. And they ask me, we got to pick this up today. So now I got the power. That's the only way a trucker will have the power over a broker, is if you talking to them later on. Because why? There's less truckers ready to pick up the freight because they already took the other freight.
Well, yeah, that's true.
But nah, listen, that works in a great market. I
don't think so.
In a bad market that works recurring in, all the good loads gonna be going in the morning time.
Well, see, no. Even in the bad market, all the loads gonna be gone because they all cheap. They all cheap. You ain't got no say. So like in this market right now, if you worry about the load board, you screwed because all the loads is gone. And the thing is though, these brokers, you may say it's a bad market for the trucking, but these brokers are on contracts.
Yes.
So they rate is not the same rate for today. That's the reason why they keep pushing back, redoing these contracts. They know, give us the same contract because the rates is higher. See what I'm saying? So as a trucker, you got to understand, you can't put yourself in a position to where you're competing with everybody. If you're competing with everybody, you're doing the same thing everybody else is doing, you're going to lose, bro. Especially like this.
Right.
Y'all gonna make me open up my brokerage again. Just me think, because I had a brokerage for a while, me and my wife. And I had a couple contracts outside the one I do, and I just remember the contracts I had. And brokers from the lows I had, because I had a load company out of Savannah. They would pick loads from the rail yard, and we had a contract with them, so we had to log in. And there'd be other brokers on there from TQL, Coyote at the time. They're all on their bid, right? And I remember going on there, and it would be loads like from, let's say, Savannah to like Griffin, Georgia. That's like a 2-hour drive. And it was brokers on there saying 450, 500. I'm like, and these are brokers bidding, not truckers, because I had my brokers at the time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why the fuck are brokers bidding so low? And I figure out they got somebody who can do it. They got somebody who can do it for 450.
450. No, they no. If they bidding on it for 450, 500, they got somebody to do it for 200.
Jesus, you're right. You're right. I agree.
I'm here to make money.
I agree.
500, I got somebody right now. Oh, this lane, yeah, let's get to 200, 250, 300 max. So if I got this lane is giving me, let's say, 30 loads a week. That's 6 bands I'm making. If I gave it to them at 300, I'm making 6 bands. Times that by 4, that's 24.
Bro. And you know what I'm sitting back saying? Who in the hell is this dumbass trucker out here doing this?
And I would get some. One time I got one, bro. And I've got one. I was the highest bid for 600 coming back. And I put it on low board. You know, I put it on low board for like 4, you know, and it was people coming there offering me 2 and 3, 250, 275. I ended up giving it to one dude for 4. Because I'm a trucker too, and I don't want it to get away with my business, but I also understand the game. When you understand the game, I come from drug dealing when I was a kid, and one thing drug dealers give drug dealers the same price. We give fiends a different kind of price.
Yeah,
it's an honor amongst thieves, and I was like, you know, I give a dude 400. But bro,
but you used to be a trucker though.
Yeah,
a lot of these people that have brokers ain't never been a trucker. So we ain't the same. I'm giving it to, if somebody calling me for 200, take it for 200. I just made 400.
Oh, bloody motherfucker.
That's what they saying. I'm not saying me. I'm just saying that's what they saying, right?
I should have, but
that's what they saying though, right? I didn't get to the move. I just made 400. I made 400 for doing nothing. So now I'm getting 10 loads in this day. I made 4 bands in a week.
Got a question, Marcus.
Okay.
This question for CDLs too. So what advice can you give truckers to actually facilitate a contract?
To actually do what?
Facilitating a contract, getting a shipper.
You talking about truckers cutting out the middleman?
Yeah, because that's the answer as well. I mean, what advice would you give someone to go from owner operator with own authority to direct to shipper relationship?
Well, first of all, you got to find out who the logistics coordinator is. You know, you got to butter them up. But from a business standpoint, man, it's capacity, bro. That's the only thing that kills us is capacity. Like a broker has access to 300 trucks.
Everybody.
We only, if I go out there and I got 1 truck, 1 trailer, or say I got 1 truck, 2 trailers, or 2 trucks, 2 trailers, bro, I got to be a really good, shrewd businessman to say, hey, I can take your freight for this. My truck not going to break down. If my truck does break down, I got another one on standby. Because they're going to look at me and say, hey, okay, you're a good guy. Yeah, you got on-time deliveries and everything. And yeah, you can do this load for me weekly or daily. But why give you a chance when I got access to a broker that's got over 300 trucks at any time, any given time?
Access to a bank.
Yeah. Now, I'm not saying it's not possible. It can be done because it has been done. But, man, it's capacity is really what kills us right now, to be honest with you.
Well, I got my contract with a box truck. I got a contract, my big contract had it with a box truck. And then they wanted me to expand. So what I ended up doing was I knew a bunch of owner operators. So this is why I tell people, you don't have to be in a rush to get trucks. I just started getting a bunch of operators that I knew that had already had companies. I just started giving them the freight. So that's how you can make yourself look bigger.
Oh, you was like a little broke. You was like a broker your damn self then.
I was like, yeah, basically. But I gave them, all I took was 10%. I could have said 30%, 40% because we was having crazy numbers, but I only took 10%. Because I'm looking at the long run to get myself bigger. So I wanted good drivers. And plus these is my people too, right? So that's how you can make yourself bigger is you get a contract, you work with somebody off of your hard work, and then you find owner operators and you spread the wealth. So that's what I should have did. See, what I messed up at was I bought trucks. I should have bought trailers and got more owner operators. I could have had 100 trucks. I could have had
power only.
For them to do power only. Yep, that's what I should have did. That's what Landstar does.
Yeah,
that's exactly what they do. They have no trucks. They got all trailers. They're the broker, but they have the trailers and they bring owner operators on. That's the best way to make money in trucking right there. If you just look at Landstar, don't look at Swift, don't look at Schneider, look at Landstar. Landstar is doing it the right way. They said all the trailers. We're going to get the freight because your capacity is based on what? The trailers, not the trucks.
Not the trucks, the trailers.
Your capacity is based on your trailers. How many trailers do you have? That's the first thing they asked me when I got with my big company. Oh shit! Well, I only got like 2 or 3. But then I started thinking like, oh no, actually I got 15 because I know all my boys got trailers. Okay, you got 15, so you tell them 15. So now I'm giving it to everybody because they got trailers.
Yeah, that's actually a I can't think of the right word for it, but that's actually what happened in deregulation. That's because in deregulation, these big mega carriers nowadays, all they did was buy up a whole bunch of trailers and create a trailer pool and told the shipper, hey, check this out. If y'all can fill this trailer up on Monday and then just park it in the back and fill this trailer up on Tuesday, park it in the back, we'll come get it on Tuesday night. And then we'll just have a trailer pool like that because honestly, I think the days of bumping the dock are coming to an end too because there's too many shippers that are relying on drop and hook trailer pools.
Look at Amazon, bro. They do it the best. I love when I did Amazon, I loved it because how it was. I didn't have to wait for no trailer, bro. Your appointment time is this, that trailer's ready, I pick it up, and then when I get there, I drop it off. Great.
Yeah, like there's certain shippers out there like Target. I never forget this. I went to Target when I was driving for Snyder. I dropped off a load in Tifton, Georgia. There's a Target there, bro.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Did you know that they will not fill loads if they don't have a certain amount of trailers there for that company? Yeah. If they don't have a certain amount of trailers, they will not fill your loads. Or let's say they will fill your loads, but guess what? They're not giving out no trailers. So let's say if I'm a driver that's just in Tifton, Georgia, and I'm bobtail and I don't have a trailer, you can't go to Target and go get no trailers.
Nope.
No, y'all don't have the quota for your trailers here. We need all the trailers that
what's more important, the trailer or the truck? The trailer.
The trailer.
Because you gotta transport the goods.
Yeah.
And then so if you're looking at it, that's what I'm saying. So when you're looking at an owner operator, it's hard for you to have a trailer because when you go park the truck and the trailer at, right?
Right.
You park it at a truck stop, right? It's easy to park a truck. You park a truck on the street. But a truck and a trailer, okay, we calling the police. We're gonna have to get this about. Right?
Yeah.
So that's why, man, it's crazy. I have a post talking about the trailers is the most important thing. People are like, no, that's not true. But yes, it is.
The trailers will haul the commodity, will haul the goods.
When you work with big companies, bro, boy, how many trailers you got? What's your capacity in your trailers? How many trailers you got? So that's why I was like, I tell people like, bro, if you're an owner operator, bro, get your truck and get trailers.
Because just like you said, bro, if you don't got any trailers, bro, they can find trucks. The trailer is the most important thing.
Trucks is easy.
They can find a truck. You think I can't find a truck to pull this trailer? Watch me.
That's what I'm saying. If I
don't give a damn about your tractor.
If I got back into trucking, I say, you know what? I know the game plan now. This is what I would do. I would have one truck. I'll get my most loyal driver that I had. I had two really good drivers. I'll bring them back. I had 2 trucks. I had no more trucks after that. I'll get 2 brand new trucks for them because they're good people. They live in the truck. I'll get 2 brand new trucks. Boom. I'm going to go to my trailer guy. I need all the trailers. I'll probably get 10 to 20 trailers. 10 to 20 trailers. Go to Ralph's, Target, Costco. We got all these places around here. I got a capacity of 20 right now. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop my trailers off. How many trailers you need me to drop at your location? What? Yeah, I'm gonna drop my trailers off. And you can load whatever.
Sure.
You call me when they done. So when
Yep.
you call me when it's done. If my drivers are not in town moving it, doo-doo-doo.
Yep.
Boom, 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 boom. It's moving.
And guess what? That shipper is gonna love you forever.
This dude always got trailers here. Yep. I'll pay the trucker, and I'll pay the trucker to deliver it and bring it back. I need you to
bring it back
and bring it back to that same spot. I'll pay you because I'm gonna be making some money. I need you to deliver it and pay it back and bring it back, and I'll pay you. That's how I would do it, bro. From everything that I know what I went wrong. I went wrong focusing on trucks. I should have been focused on trailers.
100%. 100%. You know, CDL, you brought back a memory, bro. You know, I got stories. I went to that same tip. I went to that same Target? For sure. I had a load that went they lied to me and said it'll be delivered straight through. I get there. They said, "Oh, you gotta drop it, and it's gonna be like 12 hours." 12 hours. So my truck was leaking, I think either leaking fluid or leaking air or something. And I had to go get the hammer, fix my truck, set my truck. And I don't know who done been through this as an owner operator, but if you've been out there, you should know. You ever been doing a load and you gotta stay there because you need the money?
Yeah.
You can't go back. You need the money. Like maybe if it's spending the night, maybe if it's and at the time you just say I need this money for now so I can focus on the next load and get to the next load. Yeah. And if you are in that, man, keep going, bro, because God got you. I've been in the same situation just thinking about it. And that's how I got into insurance. Think about the next load.
Got you.
Should a truck when you looking at loads, I got a couple more questions. I gotta get out of here. If you look
me too.
For a question for the truckers out there and for you guys, if you're out there working on the load board, do you try to maximize profit every single time, or do you just continue to take a load to keep moving?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a damn good question.
Max amount of load every single time. I'm not a person who believes in doing cheap loads at all. I got on one of my insurers today because he said he been taking $400 loads. I said, bro, $400 loads and you just doing one a day?
Man, but like we said earlier, there are those people out there.
You tripping, bro? $400 a day and you got to pay a driver. You got all these expenses. Hell no.
So that just tells you. So and this goes into this is what I went into before. It's all about having patience. If you have patience as a truck driver, then you'll be able to get what you're trying to get. But a lot of these drivers, like I said, they take that morning freight and it's cheap, but I want to keep moving. Just because you're moving doesn't mean you're making money.
It could be they waited all day to get a load, they just didn't get a load.
Right. So how many days you gonna wait until you say bump it? I'm gonna take a cheap freight just to get out of here. How many days?
I was there head home. I used to head home from.
Well, it depends on how close you are.
I would there head home from Tennessee. I would there head home from Tennessee. I'm not lying.
Damn.
No, cash my money, and then my truck was good on fuel. I'm like, man, I just get somebody, I get something, and then go back home. You feel me? I ain't lying either.
How deep in Tennessee were you? You live in Atlanta. Was you in Chattanooga, or how deep were you?
Mate, I was in Chattanooga. I've been in
oh, that's just 2 hours though. That ain't bad.
I've been right above Dothan. Is that right? Almost Memphis area, right above Dothan, Alabama. I did head all the way back home because I didn't want to stay out there.
Oh,
for sure.
Yeah, that is.
It's my money though.
That's about what, 4 hours?
4 or 5. If it's like 3 o'clock, I've been waiting all day for a load, bro. I'm going back home, bro. I'm not about to stay out. I don't got to. If I make some, normally I make good money on the way there.
I can't lie. I deadheaded from Reno, Nevada to Salt Lake City, Utah. One time.
God damn, that's way
man, I was in a snowstorm. They left me out there in a snowstorm. This was when I was doing lease purchase, man. I said, fuck it. Then they kept saying, oh, there's no freight coming out of that area. Just hold tight. Man, I looked up. I went to Salt Lake City, Utah. The next day I got a load.
Word, exactly. That's how I be. You gotta keep moving sometimes.
I had my driver sit in Washington for 2 days. And I had him, we couldn't find nothing, like everything was like $1 per mile.
Mm.
And I had him deadhead from Washington to LA.
Whoa,
Damn.
you talking about me? You talking about me? you over laughing at me?
Hey, look, we've all done it. We've all
done it, dog.
But hold
all
on,
done it.
Washington to LA? That's like how long?
1,000 miles. Thousand. That was like 1,000, 1,100. Yeah.
How many days? 2 days?
2 days. Yep. 2 days.
Okay. Damn, bro, 2 days there.
Hey,
And
you couldn't find him nothing out of Eugene, Oregon, or anything?
everything out of Washington and Oregon area is super cheap. And then just the things that I had set up, everything canceled. So I got paid from my company that I was working with.
Okay.
But it wasn't like what I was supposed to get.
Yeah.
I just had him. He said, bro, I'm gonna just chill. We're gonna find something. So I said, okay, cool. But then I was just like, everything was so cheap. I said, bro, just go home, bro.
Yeah, man.
He went home empty.
Yeah.
And I paid him for the miles and the days that he sat.
Oh,
Yep.
that's good. The reason why I said
Really?
that is because I know for a fact Eugene, Oregon has Whirlpool. Because I picked up from that Whirlpool before.
Yeah. So it's we've all been there where we had to take the L.
Yes.
That's what a lot of truckers got to understand, especially when you become an owner operator. You're gonna take that L, bro.
Yes.
You're gonna take the L. So you got to do the best that you can, and that's why you got to build your contacts. That's why I always tell truckers, man, especially your owner operator, man, you deliver places, try to get people numbers, man. Try to, because you just never know. You never know. Like CDL said, meet the logistics coordinator. Hey, man, you guys got a number I call because I'm out here a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes I need a load to get out of here. Yeah. But you got to be personable, man. You got to get out that truck. I think that's what truckers need to really focus on is get out that truck, man. Talk to people.
Right.
Somebody you can talk to can end up making you thousands of dollars.
That's right.
Yeah. CDL, you said it right the first time, and I know guys got to go. So do I, but butter them up. What I would do to get shippers, this is my last part in piece. I would send donuts to the office before I came, and like a little note, like, "Hey, I'm gonna come to the office. I want to meet you." I'll buy like maybe like a little $70 worth of donuts. Give everybody donuts in the office, and meet the logistics coordinator. Talk to them, understand their needs, and see if I can get some kind of price that they pay. I will always let them set their price. Like I'm listening for their price because I might say too low.
For sure, man. Bro, I used to work for CVS Pharmacy for 5 years before I got into trucking. That's how drug representatives do. Drug reps. That's how they do. If they got a new drug about to hit market, bro, they come and they take the doctor out to dinner. They take the pharmacist out to dinner.
There we go.
And they like, hey, and they be like, and they give them vacations and shit like that, resort packages.
Yes.
To push that drug. So for sure. So if they can do it, why can't we do it?
Yes. I mean, absolutely. All y'all gotta do is send some donuts, maybe soften up, maybe send some lunch. If they don't eat donuts, figure out what they like, send emails, be persistent, and then see if you can get a date so you can go on and have a conversation about what actually lanes they got, and you let them set the price. Don't go on there and tell them no 500. They might be giving you 5,000, but you're going to say 500.
And the thing is that we talk about, last point for me is we talk about trucking, right? When you start owning a business, it's a what? It's a business. These are the things that business folks do in every other industry. They schmooze, they talk, they low-key bribe. They do all these things, bro. That's business. So when you're a trucker, you become an owner-operator, you're a business. So now it's more than just driving. You got to think like a business. How can I get extra freight? Who do I need to talk to? Who do I need to send donuts to? How do I do this and do that? But you got to understand and learn these things, these tactics before you get to that point. That's why my education thing is like, learn these things in business on what you need to do to get more business. Stop blaming the broker. Stop blaming this and look at yourself and say, am I doing everything that I need to do to get business for myself? Because if you worry about the brokers not paying enough, then you can't bite the hand that feeds you.
Right.
You feed yourself. Don't let the brokers feed you. A lot of people out there in trucking ain't worried about the brokers. because they feeding themselves.
That's a hell of a, because you spoke to my soul right there, brother. Because that goes for every industry.
That's
every business you go into, or every lane of life, whether it's losing weight, whether it's relationships, or you put the most you can put in to get out what you want to get out of it.
Exactly. Right. That's exactly what it is. But let's do some final thoughts, because we gotta get up out of here. Let's who want to start off the final thoughts today?
Let CDL go first, big dog.
Okay.
Right, he about to go to bed. He about to go to bed.
Oh man, my final thought is, just learn how to do good business and learn how to be a good trucker, and get your CDL. That's it.
You Marcus or me?
You want to end it? I'll go. I would say my piece of advice is just talking in this situation is the industry right now is rearranging. Everybody's saying the industry is over. It's not what it used to be, but it's rearranging. So if you're in this industry and you want to be in the industry long term, do your research, study, understand how you can profit from this industry. This industry is not going nowhere. Everybody is so negative on my timeline talking about trucking is over. But the people that's negative is because they failed and they scared to change. One thing my brother always says, Alante, is this industry is always changing.
Yes, sir.
So if you understand how to move with the change, you're going to make a lot of money. And I'm going to stick by this. 2026 is going to be a great year for trucking. Be ready. Get through the rest of this year. Prepare for 2026. And let's get this money. But if you listen to anybody that's talking about, no, it's not going to boom, don't listen to them. Do a lot of research in this now. I'm really dived in. There's a lot of changes happen that I talk about in the trucking report every single day, where it's going to be easier for y'all to make money because DOT, FMCSA is trying to be out your way so you can run these lanes and make this money.
100%.
Straight like that.
I believe that, a lot of this success that we talk about, we want to see people obtain in the truck industry. You guys got to persevere. And you guys got to do whatever you can do to fight through the struggles and maybe even grow a little bit. Because the truth of the matter is we're going to come to a market where all things being equal is like a new beginning. You know, people who've been in the game will have a little season, and if you live in certain areas, you can make a gold mine. So just position yourself to win. Keep going your life, nigga. Shit.
I love it.
All right, that's the end of this episode 11. Follow all of us on all social media platforms. CDL Shorty, AV Jackson 28 on Instagram. Also follow CDL Shorty on YouTube. We gotta get
Thank you kindly.
We gotta get this man back on the Instagram live. We working.
Yes, sir.
We'll call some folks and talk to some other folks and some other folks.
Yes, sir.
Do a free CDL campaign.
Free CDL, man.
Follow my guy Alante.
Yes, sir.
Pittsburgh, TikTok and Instagram.
Nice.
If you need that insurance, man, contact Extra Mile. The cheapest insurance, 770-296-3919. Hit them. And man, just follow me at Mr. Marcus Lewis on Instagram and on TikTok. Get the merch, man. The merch is out.
Yes, get the merch.
Get the merch. Support this, man, because all that money goes back into this. It's thelatebloomerstore.com. Once again, it's thelatebloomerstore.com. We got all the hats, man. We are not leaning to the red, to the left, or the left or the right. We got all colors for everybody that want a hat. Okay, you can get a black one. But yeah, man, and also follow Freight Fridays, man. It's on TikTok at Freight Fridays, on Instagram at Freight Fridays. But we just appreciate everybody's support, man. We growing this thing. We're gonna be the #1 podcast in trucking. I think we already low key, but we're gonna be even more impactful next year. So to everybody out there, man, keep doing your thing. Don't follow the negative. Stay on the positive. And that's it. We out.
Mm-hmm.
Peace.
We out.
God bless, brothers.